Hey, J-Bros popping in here. I'm going to take you step by step how exactly I'm going to do this fan with the batteries. None of this stuff is rocket science, but I'm still going to just walk you through it. So here's the plan. This is my original starting battery, same as before. I'm going to put this right here. I got the same identical battery right here. The only difference I did with this battery is I put these handy dandy little lock clips on here, so that way when I put the trickle charger on here, I can just unloosen one of these and screw it down. So if I add any other devices such as lights or whatever, you just unloosen one of these, screw it on. So for future stuff, that's that. Now I think I had already mentioned the fan. I was going to put it over there, but I'm like, God darn it, that's getting to be kind of tight for stuff over there. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it on this side here. Now this is the real game changer in my opinion for my setup, what I'm going to do. This is the Noco Genesis 2 times. So this is right here. This charges 2 batteries separately of each other, and this is a trickle charger, and of course you can fast charge whatever. Just so you know what a regular one is, I ended up buying just a single clip-on trickle charger just for other use on other stuff in the shop, because I have battery chargers but they don't trickle charge for crap, and these Noco Genesis trickle chargers are amazing. So it comes with these 2 prongs at the bottom. So when you're going to buy this ×2 bunk, they come with the clip-on right there. I didn't want to be messing around with my batteries on the inside clipping on. So I bought the adapter for each one of these. It'll just plug right in. So my connection is always connected, so I'm not dealing with clips. When you buy the single, this just automatically comes with the clip-on, you know, which you're most of the time going to be doing. This is more like an onboard system. Anyway, that's enough babbling on that. I think you probably get the gist. So what I'm going to do is, I was thinking a couple spots. I don't know if I really like it right there. I might just go ahead and bolt it right there. Not the best spot. Let me move these paper towels. Not the best spot, but I don't know right now. Like in here, it just gets too tight. Yeah, like I said, I was just looking around here and it's like, where's a good spot? I mean, there's just no really great spot for this thing. Then I was thinking, well, should I mount it up here or something? But that seems kind of stupid too. I think for temporary, I think it's just going to go right here. Then the middle is where the plug-in goes. And yeah, I think I can just wrap my cord. We'll just, the plug-in end, we'll just loop up here and wrap up here. So I think that's for testing purposes down here. I don't really think I'm going to be kicking this or anything like that, because, you know, kind of where's it going to go? So that's what I'm going to do with this. But this is going to charge each battery in here independent of itself. Yeah, well, let me get a little bit going in here. But this is the double bunk that I did. They're going to be directly hooked to the batteries. This will be my fan only. That's all this thing's running. So there should be no more fan depletion, anything like that with this whole setup, because when I come in and I'm done for the day, I'm just going to plug it in, because now it's not on a charging system, it's on a trickle charge. And trickle charge, this will turn itself off and on, and all that is simply via a plug-in. So all this other stuff that I've been monkeying around with shouldn't be an issue. But let me get further into the vid, get the fan mounted, the batteries in place, and I'll see what obstacles I run into, or maybe I run into nothing. J-Bros here. Here's where I'm gonna get you caught up to. Fan mounted right there. Alls I did for temporary, and I think it's permanent anyway, I just zip tied it right to the grate. I was gonna try to get some screws and do this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, why am I overthinking this? I'll just zip tie that thing right to the grate. There's my one battery for the starting, and there's my Noco GeniusTrickle Charger hooked right there. There's my other battery for the fan, and of course my trickle charger mount right there. Right now what's not hooked up is the fan. That's still sitting right here. I'm going to show you here, which I am way more satisfied with where I'm going to put this bunk. There's another battery, or not, excuse me, another bolt port right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this nut and bolt through here, and that's going to catch on this little sleeve right there. So that's what's going to sit on from the outside. Okay, well, that's good and dandy. Well, how does this side lock in with no other bolt hole? Well, I was thinking about that, and I came up with just a super easy thing. Plus, it allows for easy maneuverability. I had in the house these guys here. These are just for simple picture frames. And basically, you just take this off, stick this to the machine, stick this to the unit, and it's just Velcroed together. So just some 3M double-sided tape with Velcro. So you can easily remove this. So I'm like, okay, game changer. Then I was thinking, well, god darn it, if I'm going to go that route, you know, I could put the darn thing up here or whatever. But I think for length of my cables and all that stuff, I need it down here, because my my number one bunk is further away in the machine, and so it's just reaching, because I want to keep this as stock cords and stuff without splicing, as simple as possible for you guys. Now, the thing that screwed me up when I bought the fan, okay, where's the wiring harnesses to get to the battery? Okay, and when I bought the switch, okay, yeah, here's the switch, right? Where's the wiring harnesses? Well, fortunately, in my buying of stuff, when I was going to put new lights up here, I had bought a light kit, and this is the light kit that I had bought right here, and this is the brand of that. And like I said, I'll put this stuff in the description down below. It came with all this stuff in this light setup that I did, which is, amazingly, right here, this whole thing. So basically, we'll have the switch to the fans. It did say lights, but being I bought a fan switch, I just swapped the light one off because it's the same brand. So now this is the fan going to the relay right down there. Sorry, this is all messed up. It'd probably be easier for me to explain. But then there's the battery bunk things. And what's really cool on this one, because it had it set up for the two lights, this would basically work for future two different fans. Well, I'll just tape off one of these, and I will just use one fan for now. So if I do want to add an extra fan down the road, guess what? Boom. I can put it over there or wherever, but I'm just doing the one right now. And I can link this harness in the description down below. So I am ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead, get this switch hooked up, get my Noco charger hooked up, and I think this is the answer, because when you pull in your rig, put it on the trickle charger, walk away. Every time you come back to your rig, everything's juiced up 100%, so that way you're not hard on your starter, and you know your batteries are always maxed out. And then the cool part is, I've got a 12-inch fan here. If I feel like I need to add another one, well, I probably, because it's a little tighter over there, I might just buy a 10-inch fan or something if I even need it. So that's where I'm at on this section. I just wanted to get you caught up here on what was going on, but really nothing difficult I ran into. Yeah, I'll keep going on here. So what I ended up going with here, I got the switch for the fan wired up to the bunk, which is right there. So that's the battery going to the charger. This is for the switch for the fan. I put the resistor right here. This nut or bolt was already provided, so I just put this nut on here. So that's where that's mounted. Right now I am using off the switch for the fan, and I'm assuming I can flip these around to dictate which direction I want to blow the fan, but here is the switch right here. Let's give it a run. Holy crap, that thing is like double as powerful as the other one. So oh, okay, that one lights up a little bit. So on this fan, I was basically going back and forth 50-50. Should I have the fan sucking air in? And I'm thinking yes on this one, because this one's going to pull, let's just say, cooler air from outside into the machine. This fan for the radiator is going to take the hot air from in the machine and dispersing it out. Is that the right thing, wrong thing? I do not know, but that's the route I'm going to go with it. I will get this further set up and get back to you. Okay, I am so excited to reveal this to you guys. Obviously, I've already walked you through it. Showed you the fan. I just want to show you how I secured stuff. But all in all, what we have, the 12-inch fan here. I got that zip tied to here. This goes back to my bunk charger. Obviously, I have one for each battery. Obviously, like I already mentioned, the fan is hooked up to here. And basically that goes to the resistor for the fan, which it's on its own separate switch. I just zip tied all this extra cord extension from the switch harness, running that back then to, which is another game changer, is my dual bunk charger. You can see this is my new battery that I've got. Obviously it's already fully charged up, so guess what? That's charged up. That's not going to wreck and overcharge my battery anymore. And then you can see my original starting battery. So that was basically dead. So now every time I'm coming out to my skid, it's going to be fully juiced up, no wear and tear on the battery, always good. So all I did with the extra power cord slack was put it here, and then I had this little neat hook for my skid there. So that's where I'm just going to leave the cord out of my way. And then, like I said, there's the double-sided Velcro stuff that you'd use to hang a picture frame to hold this in place. And then, like I said, I've got the one bolt right here holding it in here. So I can easily pull this in and out because it's only held by Velcro. So I just pull this out. The other thing that I'm just going to leave temporary, and I did the same thing, and it probably will be permanent, is my fan switch is right there. And all I did for that spot is I just took some of that same double-sided Velcro thing and I just put it alongside there. Obviously, if you want to get more aggressive and whatnot, you can find anywhere to put it up here, but I think, you know, that's out of the rain and elements under there. So I don't know, guys. I wish I would have had this right away. This bunk charger, you're talking any mini skid, having this on here, with which we already know the starting battery and the fan. The fan drains the starting battery. It puts your battery to be compromised all the time. Even if you're just going to run your basic battery, just get the single bunk charger. So at least you're charging that all the time, because you're going to have to charge that all the time. So at least here, every time I come in, my batteries are going to be juiced up. So like I said, it's just as simple as this. Now I don't have to break out the charger, I don't do nothing. I got the bunk on board. So that's mega game changer. Plus on top of that, you know, easy access to the switch. I have no problems with where that is. Also with the setup that I had here, I can easily add another fan or any other device I want, because I just taped off the 2 extra connectors that are very similar to this, because like I said, it had 2 lines coming off the switch to add another fan. But right now, double batteries, 2 charge or double bunk charging station, the extra fan. I got this one blowing into the machine, so taking cold air, if you want to call it cold air blowing into the machine. Then this fan taking the cold air that's blowing in and the heat, blowing that out of the machine. Plus we've got, you know, the fan on the motor. I don't know how this doesn't check all the boxes. The only thing I could imagine is maybe adding another fan. If there's something I didn't touch on or I didn't hit on, please comment down below. But I think this is all game changing. Like I said, everything on here is basically stock still, other than the stuff I'm adding. So that's kind of what I want you to be able to do, whether you got a CRT23 or you got any other mini skid. How easy it is to upgrade this machine. Yeah, please like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you think. J Bros out.